Finding problems? That's easy. They exist in every community. I'm Terry Springs, your host. We're looking deeper, and we are talking solutions, finding out how we all can make a difference. Today on Talking Solutions, we're going to start out with one of our friends we've had in here before, Paul Milikivi from United Blood Services. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you so much. I love being here, Terry. You do such a great job and some great things for the community. So this is just a great resource and avenue for us to talk about what's going on.
You are very kind. I love being in this studio. I heard about what you got going on, where you give blood and you get a pizza. And I said, we've got to get Paul in here to talk about this.
Papa Murphy's Take and Bake. We have a promotion going on right now that runs all the way through the summer. Our summer sizzling pizza days. Every donor who donates at all of our fixed sites and our mobile blood drives will receive a coupon for a free large one-topping pizza from Papa Murphy's.
I love Papa Murphy's. I like the Take and Bake. I like doing it at home myself.
Makes it nice and easy for you, but it's nice and fresh. You go home, put it in your oven, and just kick back and relax. We also have another promotion going on top of that if you're donating blood throughout the month of August, partnering with the Adventure Dome. 2-for-1 admission to the Adventure Dome for all donors throughout the month of August as well. Great things to get you out there to give us some blood this summertime. You get to go to the Adventure Dome, take a friend with you, and then on your way back, swing past Papa Murphy's, get your free Take and Bake pizza, go home, and kick back.
Like a double deal. That's great. Adventure Dome at Circus. It's the perfect place to take the kids before they all go back to school.
Yeah, it's a great time. It's the summertime. It's indoors. It's climate controlled. A lot of fun things going on there. It's a family-friendly environment. I actually wind up having a lot of fun myself when I go there with the kids, so it's a good time.
Always. United Blood Services always coming up with these great promotions just to encourage people to step up and do what you should think about doing anyway.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have a lot of great community sponsors, but especially in the summertime when it's really, really difficult to get a lot of our blood donors to go out and dare the heat to drive to a blood drive to donate blood, we just need to make sure that we find great partners that will help us convince them to take that step and go out in that 110 degrees heat to donate blood, because although the donations seem to get a little bit tougher during the summertime, the need is still there. So the hospitals constantly need that 250 units regardless of whether it's vacation time or not. And so we just have to make sure that our donors keep that on top of their mind, that we need them during the summertime.
We've got Paul Milikivi in from United Blood Services. Blood donations a little harder to come by during the summer. My theory on it was that everybody is off their game. We're all on different schedules during the summer because a lot of the kids are out of school. People are taking vacations, and it's just not the same routine that we have through a big part of the year. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it.
That has a lot to do with it. First of all, the fact that we don't have our schools is a big thing, because during the high school season, when we do blood drive at our high schools, we can get 100 to 200 units at a high school. So we lose our high schools during the summertime. And then you're right, a lot of the population that's around, they're just not in their normal routine. A lot of them leave town to get out of the heat. Those that stay around don't want to go outside in the heat. So it is really difficult for us here, especially in Las Vegas, in the summertime, trying to find ways to get people out to donate blood.
When we talk about blood donations, this is one of those things that you just don't have top of mind. You're not thinking, we need blood donations every single day. This is a 365 kind of thing. And the number that you mentioned, about 250 units of blood every single day?
Yeah, for the hospitals that we service here in the area, is about 250. And you're right, it's not something that we keep on top of our mind. What we tend to see is that when there's an immediate need or a catastrophe, we tend to think about it. But unfortunately, when that happens, where there's a car accident and a trauma patient, donating blood today isn't going to help that person, because they're relying on blood that was donated days ago in order for it to be processed. So our goal with United Blood Services is always to try to keep it on the top of the minds, to get people out to donate, to realize that we need blood available, so when those accidents happen, it's already processed and ready to go, so it can actually go to the patients when they need it the most.
Yeah, I can't run down and donate it right now and go, could you give that to that guy who just had the car accident 5 minutes ago?
Exactly. It's going to be typically within 72 hours for us to get that process tested and out to the hospitals for patients to use. When it happens, that's blood that's already been donated and it's there and it's available.
None of us know when we might be needing a donation of blood from United Blood Services. It's just always there, and you just don't think about it.
No, but statistics show that 7 out of 10 of us at some point in time are going to need a blood transfusion. There's a pretty good chance that you're going to need it at some point. Oftentimes what we find out as we're talking to our blood donors, it's often those situations that really brings it full circle for them, and they realize, wow, when I'm donating blood, I'm helping somebody who's in that situation, because when I was there receiving blood, I don't know who it was that donated it. I was just fortunate that it was there there when I needed it. So you kind of see that come full circle. Unfortunately, with blood donation, we tend to lose that appeal that some other philanthropic events have, where you're not looking at the person that you're helping face to face. Like if you can go out and do other things like serve at a food bank, you're looking at the people and you're actually seeing their face. Or if you're working in a soup kitchen, when you're donating blood, you know it's going somewhere, but chances are you're never going to meet the person that receives it. And when you receive it, you're probably never going to meet the person that donated it to you. So you just have to understand that the system works. We do this every day, and that's what we do. We make sure that the blood is available for some stranger in a time of need.
It is very anonymous. That's true. You're not going to see the smile on the face of the person who you helped save.
Yes. If you work with us a lot, we do a lot of events where we try to bring our recipients to the front just to kind of thank the community, say, hey, this is why it's important. This is why you donate blood to save people like me. But it's hard. Our advocacy is on trying to get people to understand the importance of donating blood, more so than focusing on the unfortunate recipients that needed it. But we just have to understand that it's tough. It's the summertime. We understand there's a lot of things going on, but there are patients that are in the hospital and they need it.
And that number that you just mentioned, Paul, a moment ago, about how 70% of people will need some kind of a blood transfusion at one point in their life.
Yeah, and it's not always an emergency situation. I mean, obviously you have your car accidents and serious traumas and like that, but there's elective surgery that you may sometimes go through. So, it's not always an emergency need for it. There's people that just have chronic conditions that just need blood transfusions on a regular basis because they're diagnosed with a particular disease. And so they schedule it out every month or every couple of weeks that they need it. There's different needs for it, not always an emergency situation, but what we find most often is that it's those traumas.
Blood products have a shelf life of about how many days?
About 46 days.
I'm setting you up on this one. I want to know, Paul, if you ever have blood that's sitting around unused so long that it goes out of date.
Here in Las Vegas, when you donate blood, that's usually ready and it's used within 72 hours.
You're not going to have stuff sitting around because we have this ongoing intensive need. We have a base population in the Las Vegas area, Southern Nevada, of a couple million people. But that's not the only ones we're serving because there's a lot more people who are actually in Las Vegas on any given day than the locals.
Yes, absolutely. And keep in mind that we do service UMC Hospital, which is the level 1 trauma center here. They do deal with a lot of those tourists that come in and experience some unfortunate accidents. Keep in mind that Labor Day coming up, I think the statistics show is about 300,000 visitors that are coming to town. And so there's going to be increased traffic on the streets during that time. That increases the chance of traffic accidents. All of those situations we have to be prepared for. So you're right. It's not just the community itself. It is those that are coming to town to take advantage of everything that Las Vegas has to offer. But we are crafty, so we do tend to try to do some blood drives in order to take advantage of some of the tourists as well. We have some great blood drives. Oftentimes, we'll have some people that are in town come by and say, hey, I saw you were doing a blood drive. I want to donate blood too. They're not just taken from us. They're given to us as well.
It's good to know. It takes the thought that we take care of our tourists to a whole nother level.
That's right. Hey, we want to make sure when they come to town that they can go home and tell other people about their magnificent experience here. So keeping them safe and making sure that if there's any accidents that happen while they're here, making sure they have the blood in order to walk out those doors is very important.
So they can say when they get home, Las Vegas, boy, that is one giving city.
That's right. That's right.
Paul Melikivi is with us from United Blood Services. We're talking about the ongoing need for blood donations day in, day out. We need about 250 units of blood. But Paul, we've talked in previous conversations about the fact that ongoing, it's not a very big segment of the population that steps up to keep donating on an ongoing basis.
No, it's actually a very, very small percentage. You're looking at about 3 to 4% of people that actually donate on a regular basis. There is a large percentage of people that are just automatically disqualified from donating blood for various reasons, blood pressure, heart rate, medical conditions, what have you. But out of the percentage that is available, 6% is still a very, very, very small portion of people that give on a regular basis. So our efforts at United Blood Services is obviously to make sure that you understand we don't take you for granted. If you're a blood donor and you come to us on a continuous basis, we'd love to try to take care of you. We appreciate what you do. It's not something that a lot of people look forward to. Let's be real with each other. Looking forward to getting a needle stuck in your arm and sitting around for an hour is not an exciting thing to do. So you have to keep it on top of your mind that what you're doing is helping somebody and saving a life. The best thing that you can do if you're not able to donate blood, if you're disqualified or needles just aren't your thing, we need you to help encourage somebody else to come and donate, because the number one reason why most people do not donate blood is because nobody ever asked them to. So listeners, Paul Melikivi, United Blood Services. I am personally inviting you to come donate blood with us this August. You get some great gifts, free large one-topping pizza from Papa Murphy's Take and Bake, and then we have the 2-for-1 admissions to the Adventure Dome all throughout the month of August. A lot of great blood drives set up throughout the community. We have 3 fixed site locations that are available. 2 of them are open 7 days a week. Flexible hours, we rotate hours, some early hours, some late hours. There's really no excuse for you not to come out. I personally asked you to do it. You know how to find us. You can go online to unitedbloodservices.org, find a location. We're somewhere close to you some point in time this month.
And the bonus is totally separate from the incredibly great feeling you get for donating blood and helping out people all around you, people you don't even know who have a need. You can step up and do something about it. So you get the good feeling for donating blood. Plus, during the month of August, pizza from Papa Murphy's, plus the 2-for-1 at the Adventure Dome at Circus Circus. Bonuses, ways to say thank you. Paul, when you were saying that during the summer months, one of the reasons why it's a little tougher to keep our blood supplies at the level where we really need them to be is because you don't have schools in session. You don't have the opportunity to go out and do the blood drives in the high schools. At what point in time do you start educating kids about the importance of donating blood?
We start as early as elementary school in some situations. Now, obviously, elementary school students can't donate blood, but we do have a program, and we're willing to go to any elementary school. It's an assembly-style presentation where we educate the children about blood donation and the importance of it, and we usually like to loop that around with a blood drive there on campus where they can invite their parents to come and donate for us, and we usually try to find some fun things to make it fun and exciting for the kids. If they bring somebody along, then they'll get some type of special prize or something. So we do start as early as elementary school, but we really get in there in high school. With United Blood Services, you have to be at least 17 years of age to donate. So when we work with our high schools, it's usually starting with the juniors and seniors. What we find is that if you're able to get students engaged or people engaged at an early age and get over that initial fear of donating blood, once they do it and they understand how good it feels to actually save somebody else's life, you can keep them in the pool to become lifetime blood donors. So it's really important that we work with our schools across all the school districts to make sure there is a comprehensive blood program in place so we can educate these students about the importance of it and how it feels to actually do something thinking of somebody else.
Being a good member of the community, it's great when it starts when they're students and it carries on.
It always touches my heart. We go out to a lot of high schools and we work with students. We see them come through as blood donors, and then years later we're out in the community and we see them at UNLV and say, hey, I remember I donated blood for the first time when you came to my high school and I'm donating blood here. Or we'll go out to the workforce and we'll actually see them at a company that's sponsoring a blood drive and they're donating blood there, and to say, hey, I remember my first time was with you guys. So it's really encouraging to see that when you're out in the field.
It really can be a very uplifting conversation when you talk about the importance and all of the benefits of blood donation. We've got in from United Blood Services today, Paul Melikivi, and we're talking about donations. You said something a moment ago about how a lot of people aren't actually able, for a number of reasons, to give that blood donation, be it a medical condition or something like that. Even if you're unaware of it and you go to a blood donation site, you'll find out right away. Do you do a little bit of a test to tell me if I'm a good blood donor candidate?
Absolutely. There's a pretty extensive health history questionnaire that you go through. So we'll ask you a lot of questions about your travel, different types of questions about medications and things like that. We do a blood pressure check your iron levels, check your heart rate. All of those things can be reasons why people can't donate. And oftentimes what we find is that people that try to donate discover for the first time that their iron levels are low. And it's not unusual. I mean, people just have natural fluctuations with their iron level. But if there's a situation where it's extremely low, that's an early indication that there may be something else. And so as a result of that, they go to follow up with their primary care doctor, say, hey, this is what they found when I went to donate blood. And then they're able to move forth with some type of treatment or whatever doctor recommends from that point. So a lot of great benefits to donating blood. Studies show that regular blood donors do have less chance of cardiac arrest. I don't know what sources to quote, but just generally they say that donating blood is healthy for the heart.
A different kind of perspective on this. In the class that I just had a day or two ago, they were talking about people who have really high iron levels and how it's good for them to give blood. And it's like you're saying, your heart infuses new, fresh blood into your system.
Yeah, it's a very healthy thing. If you do have high iron levels, donating the red blood cells, then we're removing some of that iron from your system, and then you're going to create more, and then you come back and donate again and help get rid of it. It's an ongoing process.
I didn't know this until I started studying for my nutrition degree. Love knowledge. When we talk about a unit of blood, I've also always heard that you can end up saving more than one person's life. life. Is that right?
You can, because the typical blood donation, which is a whole blood donation, which most people associate when they donate blood, is where we put the needle in and we just naturally let the blood flow into the bag. And you fill up, and it's about a water's bottle in volume, if you think of a pint. When we take that back to our laboratory, then we're able to separate out different components. So that whole blood unit is made of red blood cells, which carries the iron and the oxygen, but there's also platelets and plasma. And each of those different components can be used for different reasons for different patients. So your one whole blood donation is separated out and can be given to 3 different individuals for different reasons.
See how much good you can do by donating blood? That's what we're trying to encourage today. And one of the reasons why United Blood Services has especially tasty offers this month for your blood donation is because during the summer months, we suffer in trying to get the number of units of blood that we need on a daily basis. I don't know. I was mentioning maybe it was because of vacations. People are off their game. Whatever it is, because the schools aren't in session and you're not able at this point with United Blood Services to do those blood drives at the high schools. This is a time where you could really, really be a great deal of help by making a blood donation. And it's not that hard. How do I do this? I haven't been a blood donor. Take me through the steps, would you?
Sure. First thing to keep in mind, you don't want to associate donating blood with blood tests that you get drawn at the lab. So you want to allow yourself about an hour and a half to go through the entire process. We are set up to take walk-ins, but first I would encourage you to schedule yourself an appointment. That way we can be respectful of your time to get you in and out in an appropriate manner. So give us a call at 702-233-9620 or go online, schedule an appointment at whatever blood drive is close to you or one of our 3 fixed site locations. When you come in, make sure that you're prepared to donate. I would highly recommend that you have yourself a nice hearty meal about 2 hours before your donations. Early appointment, have yourself a nice breakfast, or if you're coming in later, have yourself a nice hearty lunch. Drink a lot of water.
Hydrate.
Yeah, the more hydrated you are, the better you're going to feel. So stay away from caffeinated beverages like coffee and such. Caffeine can elevate your heart rate, and it may also help with dehydration.
Makes you go to the bathroom more often. Just saying.
Yep. Drink a lot of water, have a hearty meal, come in, make sure you have a photo ID. We want to verify you are who you say you are when you're coming in. And the rest of the process is really up to us. We're going to get you signed in. We'll give you a computer where you can do a health history questionnaire. It is confidential. You're going to answer questions about your medical situations and travel. That usually takes about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes if you're not very comfortable with the computer. But it's a simple process, simple answers. When you're done with that, one of our professionals will check your heart rate, your blood pressure, and that's about 5 to 10 minutes during that process. We'll go over your answers. If there is anything that we need some clarification on, we'll go through all of that with you. And then move you over to the bed. It's a nice, comfortable bed. It's nice and air conditioned. It's cool. You don't have to worry about that. You'll be at ease. The donation process is an average of 10 to 15 minutes. Then when you're done, we're going to have you sit in our canteen area. We provide you plenty of refreshments. We have some great cookies and pretzels and wheat thins, all kinds of juices for you, water. You can just have at it. We do recommend that you sit around for at least 15 minutes when you're done so we can keep our eye on you and make sure that everything is okay. There are reactions that do occur with people that are donating blood, especially for the first time. Statistically, it's only about 2% of the people that donate will experience this, but you just got to understand that your body is losing a pint of blood, so it's going to kick into gear and start making some changes to try to accommodate that. There are chances of a mild reaction, which is why it's important for you to sit there for that 15 minutes so we can make sure before you leave, everything is back to normal and you're good to go.
One of the reasons why it takes about an hour and a half from start to finish is because you guys don't just dump people out on the street and go, thanks, bye. You're going to make sure everything is good. They're already well on their way to being hydrated again.
We want them to have a great experience. We want to make sure that we're there and attentive, answer all the questions that they have, make sure they're good to go. And of course, don't forget before you leave, then you're going to sign out and get your great thank you gifts to show our appreciation for you. We understand that dedicating an hour to an hour and a half of your time is difficult for a lot of people during the day, but the rewards are numerous. So if you can find time, we have a lot of convenient blood drives spread out all throughout the valley. We have flexible hours, so we try to make it easy so for people that have the various schedules that we have here in Las Vegas, that they can still go and donate. It's just not a typical 9 to 5 situation.
Just the thought on any given day of being able to lay back for a few minutes, close my eyes and let somebody else take care of something while I relax, that would be donating blood. Laying back on the comfortable bed, pillow, they're watching everything for me and I get to close my eyes and just relax. logistics?
We got it all handled. We have a highly professional team of individuals. Keep in mind that this is their full-time job. This is what we do every day. They're the professionals on drawing your blood and making sure that it's comfortable and easy for you. So we want you to have a wonderful experience. We want you to walk out feeling good. We want you to go and tell somebody else, so the next time you come, bring somebody with you.
Yeah, put somebody else in the car. It would be a good experience for you to be with a couple of your neighbors, family, or friends. Do it together and make that much more of a difference. It's Paul Milikivi from United Blood Services. We're talking about the importance of your donation and how easy it is and simple and how many thanks you get. At the end, I know right now, you've got a couple things going on. Papa Murphy's Pizza, Adventure Dome at Circus Circus. Details one more time.
Anybody who donates blood through the month of August at any of our centers and most of our mobile blood drives would receive a coupon, which is a 2-for-1 admission to the Adventure Dome at Circus Circus. And then you would also receive a coupon for a free 1-topping large pizza from Papa Murphy's Take and Bake.
That would be great to do before school gets back in session, which is coming up on us fast. Papa Murphy's Pizza and 2-for-1 at Adventure Dome for giving a pint of blood. We could do that. I know you mentioned we've got 3 fixed locations for United Blood Services. Plus, you've always got a blood drive going on somewhere.
We do. We average about 5 blood drives per day throughout the community. It's a pretty intricate operation that we have. We have a fleet of 5 buses and 12 trucks to send our staff wherever they need to go. And we service a pretty wide area, all the way up through Pahrump. We go as far north as Ely, Tonopah, and then we're going down in Lake Havasu and certain parts of Arizona as well. So we have a large area that we service along with the hospitals in those areas. A lot of intricate details to make it work out so that we can get everything on the calendar and make sure that the blood is coming in on a consistent basis. Because what we don't want to do is collect 500 units of blood one day and then not have anything coming in for the next 2 or 3 days. We try to allocate our resources, so every day we're getting around 250 when you combine the mobile operations along with the fixed centers.
And it takes a lot of work on your end to make that happen.
We have a wonderful team of 5 recruiters that are just amazing at what they do. They go out and they work with our community partners, and our community partners really step up to the plate. They work with us and saying, hey, we need you to go this particular week. I understand that you may have wanted to schedule it this way because it works best for your organization, but the need for the community is really here. And they trust us and they work along with us. So we're really fortunate to have a lot of great support in that regard. And they understand that there are specific reasons why we schedule blood drives on specific days.
It's not that far till Labor Day when we're going to have another, 300,000 people in town?
That's the latest statistics that I saw, and on average about 300,000 visitors coming to town.
If something happens and they need a blood donation, it falls on people like you and United Blood Services to make sure that the hospitals have the blood supplies that they need. You in turn have to rely on donors. The service area, wow, I didn't realize you went all the way down to Lake Havasu. You've got places up north like Ely and Tonopah, Pahrump up into Nye County, outside of Clark County. Big service area. You talk about all these different blood drive efforts going on. People could be listening to us anywhere, and if you're in that service area, at some point in time, there's going to be an opportunity to donate for United Blood Services that won't be far from where they are.
Yeah, we work very hard to make sure that we have blood drives going on in the outer communities on a consistent basis. So I'm sure that there's a blood drive in your area somewhere within the next 2 weeks for the most part. So just give us a call, go on our website and see, put in your zip code. I'm sure we'll be able to find some blood drive that's easy and convenient for you to go to.
Plus, we'll make sure that these links are available on the Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with the interview itself, so you can hear it if you like. But if you're looking to find out more information from United Blood Services, you can call their phone number, which is 702-233-9620.
That's it.
702-233-9620. And as far as the website, UnitedBloodServices.org, we're right in the middle of a great offer. I'm a Papa Murphy's fan anyway, so I give you a unit of blood, and I'm going to get a pizza in return from Papa Murphy's and a 2-for-1 coupon for Adventure Dome at Circus Circus.
Yes.
Not bad. There's always something going on with United Blood Services. Donate. We're looking for a total commitment of your time of about 90 minutes start to finish. That's everything. You can set an appointment time, take somebody with you, do twice as much good, and at the end you'll get what I would like to refer to as the lovely parting gift. You can tell I always wanted to be on a TV game show, right? Papa Murphy's Pizza this month. Large one-topping pizza and a 2-for-1 coupon for the Adventure Dome at Circus Circus, and the great feeling that you've helped out someone who needs the blood donation right here in our area. What did I miss, Paul?
You covered it all pretty well.
Good. You guys are busy trying to make sure that the blood supplies are there every single day of the year. We got to kind of keep this top of mind because it is really that important.
Yeah, and I really appreciate you having me on. You're easy to talk to, so you just make it a lot easier for me to be here.
United Blood Services is important to all of us in our community. Paul Milikiewicz, thank you for coming in to see us today on Talking Solutions.
Thank you.